So what do you do when you've got a really great piece of furniture that has disgusting, nasty paint all over it, but it has good bones? What do? Well, you strip it. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I'm taking this beautiful chair that my friend, my real estate agent, gave to me and said, look, do what you can with this chair. So I'm gonna take all of this nasty old black paint off, which clearly is not working, and I'm gonna strip it back to its original finish. And then we're gonna do a nice chestnut stain, something that's gonna give a lot of, I don't know, just make it look rich and expensive again. Here's a tip: do not paint furniture with paint from Home Depot. So if you have made a mistake and you need to strip it, we can strip it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're gonna need to do in this video with this chair is that we need to cover this fabric. I do not wanna get this stripping gel all over this chair. I'm gonna use Citristrip because, hey, I don't know why I'm using it. I hear that people like it and I'm gonna try it. This is my first stripping project. I'm gonna use some of this really heavy duty canvas. You can get it at Home Depot for, you know, $30 for a nice big size. And we're going to actually use some of these straight pins and we're gonna pin off the fabric. So let's get started with pinning. Okay, so via the magic of video, the chair is now covered. We've got drop cloth in every possible area where the fabric would be ruined with Citristrip. The next thing we're going to want to do is put this Citristrip into a metal container. You don't want to use plastic or anything like that that's going to, hey, are you with me? Wake up, are you still watching? Okay, so what you're going to want to do is put all your Citristrip, well, not all of it, but whatever you think you're gonna need, put it into a metal container. You don't wanna put it in a plastic bucket, because if you do, it's gonna eat right through. Don't use latex gloves, any kind of plastic gloves. It's not gonna work. I have applied all of the Citristrip to the black paint. As you can see, it looks like it's doing its job, right? It looks real gunky, like it's ready to come off. And honestly, this has only been about 15 minutes, well, let's say 10 minutes to apply all of this. I had all of my Citristrip in here, and all I did was, you know, as you saw, was I just went over the chair. Just like that. Almost immediately I saw you see the black particles here. And I took my plastic scraper just to try it out, and I just started to scrape, and it just started to come away. I've got a lot of the paint that's coming off. I've got a lot of area up here I haven't even touched, but it turns white when it, I don't want to say it dries, but when it's ready, it turns white. And over on this side, I put an extra coat. But I've got a lot of the paint coming through on that side. Down here I haven't touched, but I've got a lot of pieces, a lot of areas that are ready to go. And this is the tool that's been working. Good old Lightning McQueen. It's pretty gunky, but all I've been doing is taking this old toothbrush and I'm going right into all the areas. See if you can see that? See, it's just coming right off. See? And I'm not having to put a lot of effort into it. I'm just kind of going over it. All right, guys, so we are back in my basement for part dos. As you can see, I got most of the paint off, but there's still a lot of gunk. So I put an extra coat of the what do you call that stuff? Citristrip. And found another toothbrush. It's not Lightning McQueen, but I found another one. I'm just using some mineral spirits here to kind of go over all the nooks and crannies. Okay, so now we're ready for the pre-stain. This is by Mini Wax. It's something that you really need to do if you want to make sure that all your stain is uniform. Because if you don't have pre-stain, what could happen is that your stain becomes really blotchy and it just doesn't soak up equally. So I'm going to use just, you know, regular old Purdy paintbrush. I'm going to dip my brush in the pre-stain. I'm not going to have it soaked. I'm just going to have it very, you know, damp. And I'm just going to go over the chair in all the places, making sure that I get into the grooves. Man, this has been a crazy project. Whew. I tell you, man, I'm like the stripping ninja now, man. I am the stripping ninja. I could probably strip anything. I got Mission Oak in the poly shades. This is stain and polyurethane in one step. So at least that will help to, you know, cut this process down so we can get this project over. Seriously, you know what, guys? I have like DIY ADHD. Seriously, like I can work on a project 2 days max. By day 3, I'm kind of done. I'm over it. I want to move on. And now I am going to use the poly shades. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use my regular normal Purdy paintbrush. I'm not putting a whole lot on because I'm going to have to do 2 coats. But all I'm doing is just very lightly. I don't want it to drip down the sides and get all, you know, I didn't cover this part of the fabric, which is probably stupid. I probably should have. But I'm not putting too much on, and I'm being very careful in these little cuts here. I don't want it to, you know, be sopping wet or anything like that. I don't think if you make it sopping wet, it's not going to make the color any more rich. Okay, so after I put a layer of color on, like so, I let it set for maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so. And then all I did was just take a towel and I just wipe the excess away. The color is still in the, what do you call it? The little nooks and crannies of the chair, which I really like. So that's kind of what is happening with this chair, and I really like the effect. So there you have it, guys. We are done. I'm ecstatic that it's finished. The chair is ready to be delivered tomorrow to my client, to my friend. Can you say hi, Kojo?
Hi.
Hi, can you wave? Wave. Hi. Okay, so if you have never attempted a stripping project, it is not something that you cannot learn. It's tough, depending on the project. This was a tough project to take on as my first project, but you know what? I did it. I think she's gonna love it. Yeah, so if you have any questions, leave a comment or question below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can find me at thriftdiving.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and there goes the mosquitoes. Ah! 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 Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.